Hello. This book is dedicated to the Stokes boys because they love to read stories and because they must always listen to their parents. So they will grow up to be strong and happy and live a long life to do everything they want to do. It is also dedicated to all children of the world that must always listen to their parents so they too can live a long and happy life on this earth. May God bless the children. So here's the first start of the book. Let me put it up here so it stays, but I don't think it's going to stay. It act like it don't want to stay, so I might have to start over. Okay. There was two boys named Timmy and Chris. One was 7 and one was 9. They had to be told everything. When they got up in the morning, they would not get dressed or wash their face or brush their teeth. Their mother said, "Timmy and Chris, get up and get dressed." Their dad said, "And wash your face and brush your teeth." Tim and Chris' daddy said, "Stop moving so slow. Get it done now. And please don't forget to wash your face." Timmy and Chris moved so slow in the morning that the sink said, "Wash your face." The mirror said, "Brush your teeth." And the comb said, "Comb your hair." The deodorant said, "Don't forget to put me back on the rack." The deodorant said, "Don't forget to put me under your arm so you can smell good like spring breeze." The towel said, "Don't forget to put me on the rack. Don't leave me on the sink. I want to be with the rest of the guys." The soap said, "Don't forget to put me back in the soap dish." Timmy and Chris were so outdone that they did everything, but not too fast, very, very slow. Then it was time for them to put on their clothes. And as usual, Tim and Chris took their time and did everything very, very slow, but got it done. So their daddy said, "Tim and Chris, stop moving so slow, and will you please get dressed?" Well, the clothes said, "Put me on right now." And their socks said, "Put me on your feet so I can get warmed up inside." Then the shoes said, "Me too, put me on right now." So they did, but very, very slow. And then it was time for Timmy and Chris to eat their breakfast. But just like before, they did it very slow. So the breakfast food said, Get over here and eat us up before we all get too cold." They did, but very slow. Some of the food still got cold. Because they move very, very slow. So one night, while Timmy and Chris was fast asleep, they were awoken by a voice that said, Why is it that You do not listen to your daddy and mommy. Tim and Chris said, "Who are you?" The voice did not say anything. So Timmy and Chris said again, "Who are you?" Then Timmy decided to turn on the nightlight, and there stood a very, very big monster. He was not a scary monster, but he was 6 foot tall. And he was made of towels and soap and combs and breakfast food all over his body. So Tim and Chris said again, "Who are you?" And the monster said in a very, very loud voice, "My name is Don't Listen." And I am here because the things I am made of are things that you did not listen to when your mother and father said to do them. So I am here to tell you, if you don't listen to your mother and father, I will get stronger and bigger, and then you will be very, very afraid of me. Tim and Chris said, "Oh no, how big will you get if we don't listen?" Don't Listen said, "I will get bigger than the houses, bigger than the mountains, and then, little boys that do not listen to your mother and father, I will eat you all up." Tim and Chris said, "Oh no, what can we do? I am so afraid," said Chris. "I don't know," said Tim. Then Chris says, "If we listen, I wonder what will happen." Tim said, "He will get bigger if we don't listen, and will eat us all up, clothes and all." So Chris said, "Let's listen and see what happens." So don't listen. Timmy and Chris listened to their mother and father, and each night that Don't Listen came back, but something had changed on Don't Listen. He was getting smaller. So every morning, Timmy and Chris began to listen to their mother and father. And the monster Don't Listen said, "Oh no." And that continues tomorrow.